I had lunch today with someone I met on a cold call, and he invited me to lunch at a restaurant that I had been to. I knew where it was. It's a well-known place. And I get there and I sit down and we start talking, and it dawns on me that this guy owns this restaurant. It's not an accident that he invited me there. And so I asked him, I said, "Is this your restaurant?" He said, "Yeah. It's a chain of restaurants. This man is very successful. He's 80. He's one of the more, if not most, successful people I've met since moving to California. One of the more successful people I've met in my life. Really interesting man. We had a nice conversation, and there's a chance that he'll be my client. So that was great. And there's a time when I would have been awestruck by him, and just like acted inadequately, like either blown the opportunity or just, I don't know, not done enough. Who knows? And it was nice to just be like in my power, like centered in myself. And, it was interesting. Like, I don't have to compare myself to him. It was interesting to be in his company. It was genuinely interesting to learn about his life. I took an interest in him. I kind of let the business part go and just, asked him questions about like what his life has been like, what his business has been like. He showed me around the restaurant, introduced me to people who work for him. It was super fascinating. I had no idea I was going to meet this big shot guy. And you would never know it if he walked by you on the street. In fact, he did walk past me. I got to the restaurant early. I was sitting in the waiting area. And I didn't know what he looked like, but I thought I knew what he looked like based on our conversation. And this guy walks into the restaurant, walks by me. And I thought to myself, that's not him. It turned out to be him. He's, waiting for me in his corner, at his corner table, looking out over the water. And, we had a really interesting conversation. And I had no idea who he was. I mean, I knew he was successful because he told me on the phone that he owned multiple properties and all this kind of stuff. But I thought he was a contractor who would just own a lot of properties. Turns out this guy is one of the bigger restaurant people in the Bay Area. And he knows everybody. He knows Gavin Newsom. He knows Barbara Lee, the new mayor of Oakland. Just this guy, he knows a lot of people. Really well-connected, successful guy. Very hardworking, but also just very smart, clearly a knack for business. Just, really interesting person. So anyway, I'm blessed. I was driving away from there and I was like, this, I'm starting to have fun. This is good. Feels good to be having fun in business. So, amen. Thank you for that.